The Drake and Mos Def. What is he saying? We now have Yasiin Bey, I think he calls himself now. We now have or Yasiin. I'm probably saying the name wrong.
Yasiin Bey.
Yasiin Bey.
Is that his real name?
That's his name now. Formerly Mos Def when he was a rapper.
Okay.
It says has racked up years of credibility in rap since launching his career in 1994. On a new episode of fashion podcast, The Cutting Room Floor, he was asked if he considered Drake to be hip hop, a question that clearly stressed him out. When she asked him that question, he said, "Why are you doing this to me?" He knew that his answer was going to be controversial. He didn't have to answer.
He could have said, "I'd rather not say."
He began by answering saying, "Drake is pop to me." In a sense, like if I was in Target in Houston, I would hear a Drake song.
But that's unfair to the hip hop artists because you would hear a hip hop song too.
If it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping or shopping with an edge.
I disagree with
in
that.
certain instances. He said it's likable. You could tell he wasn't feeling it.
But I'm just saying, don't compare it to, I wish he had found another comparison because there are a lot of hip hop artists. When I'm in Target or Walmart, I hear their music.
Well, that you starting with the
so they're blending into pop. Is that what it is?
You kind of saying what he's saying. He said, "What happens when this thing collapses?" He talking about hip hop. What happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing the collapse of the empire, buying and selling? Where's the message that I can use? What's in it for your audience apart from banging pom-poms? So I understand. Let me tell you, I see both points to this.
Right.
To this
Nicki
argument,
Minaj was kind of screaming about that, wasn't she?
Well,
hers was categorized as pop,
right? And she keeps saying it's rap, it's not pop, but she is pop, even though she don't like it.
I'm thinking mainstream is Target and Walmart when your music is playing.
That's all pop means.
You got grandpa listening to Mary J. Blige. Who would have never heard her if she was just in a little category like this.
I think what's happening is music is changing now.
Yes.
And I think people who are stuck back in the day, they're stuck in the past.
They don't want to change with it.
You're in the past, man. That's what I always tell you. You're stuck in the past, man.
I know I am.
It's not like back in the day. Remember, jazz was jazz.
Remember,
gospel was gospel.
Al Jarreau got dogged out for his music being mainstream. You're not no jazz.
You're not jazz
That's
anymore.
not it. And they were like, really? He came back in a concert,
right?
And let them know I still get it. I can jazz it and mainstream it.
I think what's happening is because it's pop. When pop came along, all pop means is that it's popular. That's all.
That's it.
It doesn't change, in my opinion.
The genre of the.
It doesn't change the artist.
Yes.
The artist is still who they are, but maybe a song or maybe an album or something was popular. So that makes it pop. So I think that's what Nicki Minaj was saying. I'm not a pop singer. I'm a rapper. I'm still hip hop,
but
some of my songs, some of my songs are pop music. It's popular, and I think that's Drake. So Drake shared Method Man on his timeline. Method Man gave his thought on what hip hop is. Kind of to go opposite of what Mos Def was saying. And this looks old, so it don't look like it's current Method Man.
So he was trying to
start it's a culture. It's a way of life. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. It's the break dancing, the rhymes, stage show. Hip hop is a culture. It's a way of life. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. It's the break dancing, the rhymes, stage show, hip hop.
So, in other words, Drake was probably trying to answer I just call him Mos Def, even though his new name is what did we say?
Yasiin something.
Yasiin Bey.
Yasiin Bey.
But everybody knows him as Mos Def.
He's Mos Def. Name, so.
I think he was trying to answer him back by saying hip hop is what is the culture.
It's a culture.
It's who you are.
Dress, eat, the way you
I'm
dance,
hip hop.
the way you walk.
So if I say wearing this is hip hop, that's hip hop.
You are artist that's bringing that to hip hop, to bringing that in the. I don't like when we categorize people and we put titles on them.
But you have to give awards and put them into sections in the music.
But then again, Nicki Minaj is not understanding if she's still beefing with that. When you are in a pop category, is she upset because she don't consider herself.
She can't win.
It's harder to win when you're going against Taylor Swift.
I'm going against Beyonce or Taylor. I'll never win an award. If you keep putting my song with Taylor Swift and Beyonce, I'll never win.
That's true.
But if you put me with rap artists, I'll win.
Okay. That's
what she's saying. She's right.
That's a hard one.
But here's the thing.
Because I see both ways.
But here's the thing. Drake wins in pop.
I know.
If you that good, you that good.
You just that good. Drake is. Mos Def, when did you win something recently?
Well, I don't know. He's one of the best rappers ever.
I'm still, no. Mom knows Drake. Mom don't know Mos Def.
That's because he's not pop.
No, I'm just saying, even in an artist that he's in, that's put him in his category. Mom still don't know. For me personally, whatever. For
he's
me
personally,
rap.
That's conscious
if you are and that too, if you mainstream crossover, I'm like, whoa,
right?
If I know you, right? I know the artists, the rap artists that you always name because you name them.
But a lot of times they're not going to push out rap artists who are conscious because they don't. You talking about
step on toes,
or you talking about black people pull yourself up?
I know Mos Def.
They'll put out a rap artist that's shooting somebody.
I know Mos Def from TV and movies.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
But anyway,
like Coolio. I don't know.
Oh, cool. Yeah, okay.
I know him from the movies and stuff. But go ahead.
Well, that song. He only had like one song.
Oh,
as I walk through the valley on the side of I take a look at my life and because I've been but I ain't never
right.
Okay. But I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Now let me put it in your world and you'll understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
When BB and CC came out and they had their song and we said, it's what I live for, or whatever. People
I'm
was
lost without you.
Who are you talking about?
Easy to see. I'm lost without you. Because it's a gospel. So you assume that they're
talking about gospel?
That's gospel.
But why is it gospel?
It's contemporary gospel.
Why is it gospel?
Because their song,
no, it's because of them. Why is that a gospel song?
Artist.
Because of the artist.
No. Because Kelly Price did a gospel album. No, because...
No, that song, them. Why is that song, that album, considered gospel? Because of BB and CC.
No, it's not always the artist. Aretha Franklin
not always them.
You're using a bad example.
No, them. Talk about them.
Okay.
Why is that album considered gospel?
For that particular album, because they're gospel
That's what
artists.
I'm saying.
But using Aretha Franklin, who does the gospel.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg did a gospel. We can't do that no more.
No.
We can't lock people in. No, I get what you're saying. But if it's about the artists are now trying to do other things. I know
Snoop
you did a gospel album and won a Stellar Award.
You proving my point. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what the point is.
I didn't start it off yet. I started with that main point. That album with BB and CC was considered gospel.
That's cut and dry.
Because of them.
That's cut and dry.
Now, when Snoop does a gospel album,
which he's done,
we're not considering him a gospel artist.
Exactly.
We're just saying he's doing a gospel album.
His project is a gospel
So that's kind of what Drake, I think.
Drake is saying?
It's saying when he posted Method Man.
Oh.
It's me. I'm the hip hop artist.
And this is
so
the project that I'm working on.
Is considered hip hop.
Because Drake can go and do a gospel album.
He's still be considered
hip hop artist.
That's what I'm saying.
I get it.
So see how you restart. I was trying to give a point.
I thought you was trying to do Mos Def's argument.
No.
Mos Def is missing the mark on this one.
I'm saying BB and CC we chose to do an album that didn't even mention Jesus in it.
Right.
But that's still considered a gospel album
because they're gospel artists.
You know them as gospel artists.
Okay.
I think can't speak for Drake, but I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
So if I want to sing on an album, if I want to tap dance or whatever, how he does things differently.
His label and who he is goes with him or whatever project he works on.
Whatever project.
Okay.
Just like Andre 3000 just released one. Was it a flute? What was that he was playing, y'all? A flute or something?
You know what?
It was.
Like Lizzo?
But he didn't sing, he didn't rap in it. It was just a flute or something. It's hip hop because it's Andre 3000.
But
I'm not walking away saying that's a classical guy.
No, but you're saying the artist still is who he is, but he may be doing a jazz album.
Right.
He may be doing an instrumental orchestra kind of thing. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I think the argument is, and it's been blowing up all over the internet. What I understand what Mos Def is saying is, are we watching the collapse of something? Because if everybody did what BB and CC did, and it became a trend to put out a gospel album where you don't even mention Jesus or getting saved or God, is that starting to be the collapse of gospel music? I understand what he's saying, because it's being done so much to where it's like, where's gospel? Where's talking about Jesus?
But he's not talking about gospel, which is a message. He's talking about him being considered pop.
Yeah.
Pop is still general. That's not going to break down. That's not going to fall by the wayside. Nothing's going to happen to pop, Mos Def. No matter who.
No, he's talking about hip hop.
No, nothing's going to happen to pop if a hip hop artist has been thrown in that category.
What happens to hip hop? I mean, pop. What happens to hip hop? Yeah.
Oh no,
he's on the other side.
I see what he's saying, but he don't have to worry about that. Because hip hop is a culture.
I think I agree with him in a sense, because
rap is different,
but the only
hip hop is different.
The only thing they doing now is they pushing out the same type of songs, and it's not really edifying or lifting up the culture or anything. Like, if that's all you see, and then when you have a major artist like Drake, and all he sings about is dancing and singing, when are we ever going to get back to what hip hop really should be?
What is hip hop? Hip hop is
what Method Man said.
Hip hop to me is not rap.
No,
hip hop. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what Method Man said.
We all got different definitions of Mos Def. If he's Mos Def is saying, and it's his old name. I'm sorry, I don't know his new name.
Yasiin Bey.
Yasiin. I hear this argument all the time with the artists out there. Hip hop, rap, even in rap, within rap. Will Smith was considered not hardcore rap, bubblegum rap. We even classify them within the group. Hip hop to me is a little bit beyond rap. It's a culture. It's a style that can change and blend. Let hip hop blend as it is. Rap, I get it. When you say that ain't no rap song, he ain't even talking. He just singing a little melody or the flute. So I get what you're saying. You can kind of look at it both ways. Leave hip hop alone. Hip hop don't have a standard look and feel and flow. To me, hip hop is infused. It's different. You know, that's what I'm saying. And and I think hip hop is new, right? Hip hop hasn't been 50 years.
50 years.
But rap has been part of hip hop.
Yeah.
So we blending in it. So if he can get upset about that,
I don't think he was getting upset.
I think he was just getting concerned.
I think he's getting concerned
being
because
watered down.
Right now, like even the blues. At one time, blues was mainstream. The blues was mainstream. It was the main music of what we would listen to in this country. Mm-hmm. And then jazz was too. So if I hear somebody who's a jazz artist say, I feel like it's being kind of watered down now. Like we're losing it. It's so mainstream now to where true jazz enthusiasts are like, I miss the days of real, like, cultural jazz. Like, now it's so, watered down now to where anybody's listening to it. I understand what he's saying.
Yeah. I think that only comes with the award shows when they have to classify it. And then people get upset like a Nicki Minaj. Now you put me in a group or a category.
Yeah.
But out there, it is what it is and the style that it is. But once you start pulling it into awarding it now,
Right.
now you're like, I'm putting a label on that and a label. And that's what causes the messiness and the blending and the muddy. Where out there, they are hip hop artists, they are rap artists, jazz. Like I said, Al Jarreau got dogged out for his mainstream song, but he had to let the people know in the jazz world, I am still a jazz artist.
Okay.
So I get it.
All right. So anyway,
talk about music all
I
day.
just feel like it's not. I'm not shunning him for saying it.
Yeah.
It's just that, and to me, it's an argument that's worth having in the hip hop community.
They've been having
what is considered now hip hop versus, is it like I said, you looking at the artist? So whatever he does is hip hop, or are you looking at it like that? The artist did that, but that's not hip hop. So I don't know. You could go either way with that.
I like how you gave the example of the artist. It's the artist wherever he goes. He can go do country songs.
But the problem with that is when I said BB and CC, they did one album. What if everything they do is like that album?
They're still gospel.
See how long? After a while, are people going to say, you know what? I'm no longer considering them gospel anymore. They pop artists. They no longer gospel because they don't even talk about Jesus.
I don't think that'll happen with gospel. I don't know. I honestly don't think.
Well, nobody has done that.
But nobody needs to, because a gospel artist will always sing the message of God, whether he says it or not. They're always a gospel artist. They're not a secular artist. They're labeled.
No, I feel like arguing about it.
No, I see what you're saying, but I don't think that's going to happen with gospel.
You don't know. With these young people coming up, somebody could be a gospel artist, and then every album they do could not even talk about Jesus.
It's a secular album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That has happened.
I'm not going to say that's not going to ever happen.
Oh, I'm just saying, maybe I'm not understanding what you're
meaning. What if right now, let's just use somebody, for example, Kurt Franklin. Let's say from this moment on, Kurt Franklin does music that don't even talk about Jesus. But he's still Kurt Franklin. So we still like, okay, that's Kurt Franklin. After about the 10th album, are we going to start saying, I don't think he's a gospel artist anymore. He's a pop artist. He makes music that's popular. He's no longer a gospel artist because he don't even talk about Jesus anymore.
I know that hasn't
That's
happened.
what I'm saying. So that's what Mos Def is saying with Drake. He's so far removed now. Every album that he's done has been pop. So that's all I'm saying. Okay. That's kind of what he's saying. He don't consider him a hip hop artist anymore. He considers him a pop artist. But people are arguing and saying that's not fair.
That's not true,
because he does still sprinkle in hip hop. His albums aren't all just singing and dancing. He does rap in them. So
I like I said, you gave the example of how Drake can still be remaining a hip hop artist, even though his music has transcended over into the pop world.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Justice for All says hip hop existed until gangster rap came along. See, and what Justice is saying is what I said. It's not cut and dry. A lot of people feel like hip hop was there, and then when gangster rap came, and then like the rap that's now, that doesn't edify, it doesn't lift up, it doesn't do anything for our culture, people don't consider that hip hop. They like, that's not hip hop. I don't know what that is. That's rap. That ain't hip hop.
In my mind, I see them as two different groups.
See?
Rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
Because hip hop is Mary J. Blige. She don't rap.
See? That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know.
What is hip hop? That's always been the argument.
I like what Method Man said. A lot of people have said what he said.
The clothes, the style, the culture, everything.
Culture,
So even, and then people can call what you were saying, Justice. Some people can say even negative. That's still part of the culture.
Yeah.
So Emerald says Jelly Roll went from one genre to a whole different one.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll was the one, that white guy I mentioned, that went from hip hop to country.
What's her name went from gospel to country / pop.
Right.
That I was trying to think. I have decided gonna live like a believer. Her. That's an example. Amy Grant.
Yeah.
Now, that's probably an example of what you're saying.
That's what Mos Def is saying.
But to me, she's not a gospel artist anymore.
But that's what he's saying.
She's crossed into a whole nother category.
Now you understand what Mos Def is saying. He's saying...
But is that okay? That's okay.
He didn't say it was bad.
But he's saying, why you got me saying this? Like he knows it's going to be negative.
He knows it's going to be controversial because people don't call Drake a pop artist. They call him a rapper, hip hop.
And some people call Amy Grant still a gospel artist because that's all they know about her.
Yeah.
They don't
crack me up when you come up later on and go, oh no.
I had to think about it because I'm like, when you said Kurt Franklin and BBC, they're still considered gospel artists. But Amy Grant is the one.
Because they haven't done what Amy Grant did.
Right.
That's what we're saying.
Okay.
That's kind of what Justice is saying with Jelly Roll.
Okay.
You literally don't sing hip hop anymore. You sing country.
But think about Jelly Roll's old stuff. That's going to follow him.
It is.
Amy Grant's gospel album going to follow her.
Yeah.
Either she can sing country music all she wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some people may disagree with you and say they still consider her a gospel artist.
They might.
See?
But if let's just say, for example, her faith, she falls away and don't believe in Christ no more. Are you still calling her a gospel artist?
There you go.
That's something to think about.
Emerald says hip hop will never die ever. And yeah, that's what Mos Def is concerned about.
Okay.
And Justice says, what happened to R&B? That's another one.
What's his name?
What's considered R&B?
Who was it that was protecting
Chris
R&B?
Brown said, I'm an R&B singer.
Was it? It wasn't Keith Sweat. Who was it?
I know you talking about.
Yeah, him.
But Chris Brown is mad when you don't call him an R&B singer.
That's what he is.
I don't see Chris Brown as an R&B singer. I see him as a pop singer like Michael Jackson.
No. I thought you explained pop. To me, I like your example. They're considered a R&B artist who happened that song or that album made it into the pop world because everybody's listening to it. It's popular. But he's still an R&B artist.
So what is Michael Jackson in?
R&B, pop.
No, one. Don't say pop. What is he?
You know what? That's a good
Get
one.
out of here. No, it's not.
No, that's a good one because anything Michael Jackson does is popular.
All right, what is Beyonce?
He's a pop artist.
What is Beyonce?
Pop.
Okay, she's not R&B.
Taylor Swift. Anything they put out, they can put out a phone book reading it.
No, Taylor Swift said no, I'm country.
She is not no dang on
She's pop.
She better not say she country.
So why are you saying I can't say Chris Brown is pop?
Chris Brown to me is R&B.
All right.
That's a good question. We on to something. Move on.
See?
We'll be here all night.
See?
Daggone it.
But you got to put him somewhere.
It was Tank that was fussing about it.
If pop can't be the genre, what are they then?
I thought pop is, if you're in the pop group, you made it. Because everybody in the world loves
so why
what
are you
you're
mad
doing.
at Mos Def saying Drake is a pop artist?
No, but Drake can still be like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
They're R&B artists who happen to be popular.
Okay, all right.
That's a good one.
He's saying once you're crossed over, that's where you are.
Don't come back. That makes sense.
That's a good one.
I see where he's going with
but
that.
But he has to treat it, I agree, like Kurt Franklin. Yeah. I don't care how popular Kurt Franklin is. He's a gospel artist.
Yeah.
He's a popular gospel artist.
Yeah.
I would never say Kurt Franklin is a pop artist, even though his songs are popular.
Yeah. I see. Okay, Mos Def. I get it.
Now you get it.
I get it. Because it's a gray area for
He's saying you can play his music in Target. Drake and old white ladies will be around the thing. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? That's not hip hop to Mos Def.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Okay, that's a good, very
Thank
good
you.
one. This is very good.
And Justice Ross says, what is R&B?
Rhythm and blues.
See, that's a good one.
Anything with rhythm. Hey?
She considers Chris Rock R&B. I don't
consider Chris Rock a pop artist.
I put him with Michael Jackson. He's a pop artist to me. That's to me though. I put him with Michael Jackson.
And what's his name that's singing at
Beyonce.
And what's his name that's singing at the
Usher.
I don't know, y'all. I thought they were rhythm and blues.
Some people would say they R&B. I don't think so. When I think of R&B, I think of Tank. I think of them. I don't think of.
And Mary J. Blige is hip hop.
I think of hip hop.
Or is she R&B?
I think of her as hip hop.
Wow.
See how everybody puts you? Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Okay.
Fantasia to me is R&B. That's R&B. Beyonce to me is not R&B.
No.
She's pop.
She's pop.
So I'm sorry.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay.
Emerald says, as long as our culture is always going to be appropriated, it will never die. True. Mm-hmm. Justice Sarah says, Most Def was being kind. Drake is a fake rapper.
You know what?
He's a pop artist. People who are, I'm telling you.
She said fake artist.
A lot of people think like that, Lenore. And then some people say, no, he's a hip hop.
I think when it comes to them getting awards, that's when we're labeling them.
I don't know.
I feel bad. Drake is a very good artist. What you gonna call him?
What's his name from Hawaii?
Who is that?
I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open.
Bruno Mars.
What is Bruno Mars?
Pop. He's not rhythm and blues.
No, he's pop.
He's pop. I get it.
Now somebody,
what's wrong with being pop?
There's nothing wrong with it. Most Def didn't say it was anything wrong with it.
No, but if Drake is considered a pop artist,
no, he don't call me a pop artist. I'm a hip hop artist. That's what Drake is saying. Oh. Just like BB and Cece said, don't call us pop artists. We're gospel.
Okay.
That's in my bones.
Drake doesn't want to be labeled pop.
Pop, yeah.
Okay.
BB and Cece got mad when people was calling them pop artists.
Yeah.
No, we're gospel artists. Enough to where when she came out with this one, it was clear who she was talking about.
Oh, goodness and mercy is Chase. Ooh, there's no
she
doubt
wanted
about
you
it.
to know. I'm talking about Jesus.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Now, when I did that album with my brother, no, we wanted to do some pop. But now, I don't never let it be seen or shown.
You don't have to question the message that I'm singing about.
With Snoop Dogg. When he came out with that gospel, people was clowning him.
Yes.
Oh, you're a gospel artist now. Let it never be seen or let it be shown. I am a hip-hop rapper.
Doing a gospel project like Aretha Franklin did. Nobody messed with her on it because she had the voice to do anything. And nobody got her. She probably made most of her awards with that gospel album. Oh, Elvis Presley. He got his awards with his gospel. Not his and he did a gospel project.
And he's rock.
Yeah.
So
step on my blueberry shoe.
So Most Def was being kind.
Go ahead.
Justice says when Black R&B artists are accepted by the masses, they're labeled as pop.
Yes.
Emerald says Selena crossed over, but she was primarily Latin. Mm-hmm. She did cross over. And some people might say she's no longer, a Latin person, but they still held on to Selena. Mm-hmm. They didn't care how. Why is it Black people? We the only ones that do that.
Because we're so versatile, though. You can look
That's
at
true.
it
We can
positive.
do anything. You're right.
Go ahead.
All right. So we have no time. So let's move. We stayed on that one. So I'll do the other subjects the next day.
Okay.
You see how we'll stay on the subject? It'd be forever.
That's a good topic. Because they're talking about this now in the music.